Hello, my brothers and sisters, and welcome to another episode of Reverend Hagen's Horrific Cinematic Dissection. As always, I'm your host, Reverend Hagen. And as always, I'd like to welcome our listeners at SCRMradio.com. That's Scream. Radio.com for all your horror and paranormal needs. Now, today we're going to be looking at 2013's Coherence, directed by James Ward Bykert, and starring, at least most notable to me anyway, Nicholas Brendon from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Elizabeth Grayson, who won Miss America in 1982, but later was Raven in the Highlander series, that I loved. I'm that much of a goober that I loved the Highlander series. Now, Coherence starts out in the middle of a dinner party, on a night that a comet, they call it Miller's Comet, is going to be coming over. Now, they've already been warned that there might be some cell phone interference, but it turns out to be much more than that. Cell phones actually don't just stop working, they start to shatter. And at one point in the night, when these old friends get together at a dinner party, right, to kind of celebrate the passing of this comet, they haven't seen each other in a while, all the power goes out. When they go outside and they look down the street, what's happening to me today? When they look down the street, they see another house with the lights on. So two of them decided, look, we're going to go check it out, see if they can use a phone, which they go out. And when they come back, they're kind of struck by, this was this house that we just went and checked to check out. Now, this whole gig kind of disintegrates at that point, where realities start intersecting because of this comet. And I'm going to read this thing about kind of the theory that this movie is about. It's called Schrodinger's cat. Now, Schrodinger's cat states that there's a cat in a box with some poison in the box as well. In regular physics, they tell us that the cat is either alive or dead, that there's only one reality at play. But Schrodinger's theory states that there are two realities at play, that in one, the cat is alive and hasn't eaten the poison, and in the other reality, the cat is dead because he has eaten the poison. And both these realities are present at the same time. And it's only when we open the box up does one reality collapse in on itself, and the only other reality there remains, either alive or dead, right? There's another theory presented here, and in physics, that the two states continue to exist separate and decoherent from each other, creating a new branch of reality based on the two outcomes. Quantum decoherence ensures that these two realities have no interaction with each other. So, in other words, the realities don't collapse. One reality doesn't collapse and leave just a single reality. The other theory is that both these realities exist simultaneously in another universe. They've created another branch of reality, and that these realities will not mix. Well, in this movie, these realities start mixing. People start leaving to go check something out, or they'll go into the other room, and when they come back, they're not the same person that they left. Now, they are, but they're just from a different reality. Maybe they made one stop drinking at one point, maybe, let's say. And when he comes back from outside, now he is the guy that never stopped drinking, right? So all the decisions that these characters have made in their life have created different realities. It is a fantastic movie. There's not a lot of money in this movie, not a lot of big names in this movie, of course, but it's a very interesting take on what is reality and the choices that we make. So I can't recommend this movie enough. Again, I know I'm giving a lot of positive review here, but I give Coherence 2 dissected and decomposing thumbs way up. It's not one of those movies that you just got to go out and see this movie. But if you've got an afternoon to kill, a couple hours to kill, it's a really interesting take on this stuff. So that's it for this edition of Reverend Hagen's Horrific Cinematic Dissection. As always, keep it tuned to SCRMradio.com. That's Scream. Radio.com for all your horror and paranormal needs. And I hope you all have a truly terrifyingly terrific day.